Hello, Drax Fantastic here. Today we're going to play a game called Oasis Mission, a colony sim. This is a sci-fi game. You land on a planet, you need to extract some resources, you build stuff to build other cool stuff. There's a well-done research tree that allows you to unlock even more cool things to build and grow your colony. It has a nice game loop, but I'll be the first to admit that the game has some problems. I played about 3 hours and stopped, and normally I would not have made this video, but I think there's some good bones here. It has a couple of game mechanics that could be hashed out. The graphics and interface work well. Plus, I love a good space colony game, and my hope is that the game works out some of its bugs and finds its way. So let's jump in, and I'll show you what I mean. Funding for this video is provided by viewers like you. At the start of the game, you're given 3 options, and basically this is which route you'll take. Industrial, scientific, and then military. I've played both the industrial and scientific. I'm not a big military person. I actually turned the enemies off in my last run of the game because I'm a lover, not a fighter, all right? So let's do industrial. These next options have to do with economic difficulty. You can get special events that are you can either turn them off or you can turn them all the way up. We're gonna run this one right here. And then our next option is to do with the bad guys. I'm gonna leave them on this time, but we're gonna put them on very low risk. And then we've got to pick the map. So is it Big River, Icy Ridge, Islands, or Canyons? I've played Big River and Islands. The Canyons and the Icy Ridge just don't excite me. Let's just go Big River. It then confirms all of the choices you made, and then we say start the company. The tutorial is pretty standard fare when it comes to guiding you. I personally think that it rides a good balance between hands-off enough, but also allows you to go back and click here to open the tutorial and help center at any point when you're lost. I was lost a number of times, and to be honest, there's one part of the game I still don't quite understand how it's working, and the tutorial doesn't really help me. We're not going to dive deep into this today, but if you need help, this is a good place, and there's a lot of information here that can maybe sort out some of the stuff that doesn't quite make sense at the start of the game. It's going to run us through a tutorial here. Send the ship to mine ore. I'm looking at the right. Place the builder blueprints. Activate the construction mode in the ship. Activate the passenger transport mode in the ship. Choose a strategic pact and goal. And research new technologies. We're going to do all of those things. And you can see on the bottom right here, it's like, hey, construct a small research center. Build a wind turbine, set up a small engineering camp, and land a hub. So this is how you get started. And I think like in terms of a colony sim game or a sim game, it's pretty standard. You got this nice little ship. I think the graphics are quite pleasant actually. And everything just works really well. We can pause the game down at the bottom there. We can scroll all the way out and all the way in. One thing I'm going to do right at the start is down in the toolbar on the left, you'll see something called Show Resources Map. If we click that on, it'll show us where resources are. And basically, we're looking at water right below us. There's some oil. And as we scroll around, we can see ore, more water. There's some gas, not that kind of gas, and different resources throughout the map that we're going to pick up. And then you can see there's some clouded areas here. And if we scroll down, we should see the enemies who look just like us, except for they're red, the color of evil. And they're going to slowly start attacking us. If we highlight our ship, we can see a number of things, and that's building constructions, engineer transport, automatic delivery, and ore and metal extraction. You can turn these on and off, and when they're on, you'll see the little green, and you can turn them off. And this is basically telling the ship, hey, listen, I want you to transport engineers when they land. I want you to automatically deliver things. So it's telling you what to do. And then you don't have to have them do all these things. You're just saying, hey, I just want you to be a miner. If you just want them to construct things, they can just be a constructor. You want them just to construct and mine, they can do that too. You can see once I turned on the ore metal, it was like, oh, I'll go get that right there. And if we hit play, the ship should automatically turn and start going to mine there. We can speed it up. We can also tell it to go mine something. If we would have moved it over there and clicked on it, we can tell it to mine a specific thing, but it'll automatically find the closest thing and start mining it. And you can see here, it's mining, and you're seeing a little +4, and you can see the little bar here is going up. I think this interface works really well. This is one of the things that makes me want to play this game because it's so easy to understand what's happening just at a glance, and there's a big I'm a big, like, when it comes to games, I just want data. Tell me what's going on so I know what I need to do next. All right, so now it's saying we need to construct a small research center. I'm going to pause the game really quick. We're going to go here to construction. We're going to go to science. Yes, that's what this little flux capacitor thing is. Science. We're going to see small research center. And if we click, we can put it anywhere we want. I've done this a number of different ways. I put some up on the hill. I put them down below here. I don't know. I'm going to put them in this water circle, which good or bad, I don't know. We can rotate the building with Z and X and we can place it. I'm going to do, at the same time, I'm going to build a wind turbine and it's going to generate a whole bunch of power for us. It has an area of effect here. And so we're going to want to put it where we can power these things. So I'm going to put it here. And then the last tab you'll see here with the little astronaut symbol is small engineering camp and landing hub. The engineering camp is basically apartments, and the small one only houses one engineer that'll come down from space. And the landing hub allows us to bring engineers from up top. So we're going to put that there, and I'm going to put this here. And then we're going to come down here, and we're going to say go. And now, because we have him constructing and doing, he should come back here with his full load of ore and construct almost all of this stuff for us. While it's building that, I'm going to look here at the top where it says Pact is available and Goal is available. If we click here, there's different packs that have all of their pluses. Transport hubs will receive one additional engineer, motivational campaign, propaganda efficiency. I'm going to pick this because it is really hard to keep the morale up in the very beginning. And then goal available, there's 3 different goals, a mining, a military, and a special rate goal. We're going to pick the first one because it's the one we can achieve. Mine 200 units of any ore and we'll receive 2,000 bucks. You can see now that the miner has gone back because he ran out of ore. He's going to pick up more ore and then he'll come and he'll finish this. All right, we've constructed the landing hub and now we should see shuttles start to come down and drop engineers. And now it's telling us to construct a shipyard and build another truck, which is a little spacecraft. To build these things, we're going to need to go to the fancy science research tree. And you can see here that our next unlock is indeed a shipyard. And if we click, it'll unlock. Now you can see at the top left here, we have 36 left, which means we can't buy the next set of it, but we're going to start to generate that much quicker. If we wanted to speed up that generation process, we could come in here and say, hey, build us another one of these, which is another science center. And we could also come in here and say, hey, while you're at it, why don't you throw down a couple more of these engineering apartments? There's a little shuttle. He's dropped off one space engineer. Now that he's here, I'm going to tell him to go ahead and deliver these guys. And he's going to come in. He's going to come back here. He's going to pick up the engineer. And then he's going to place him into the place. And now he'll be able to go to work, I'm guessing, as the scientist. Hey, he did it. And so these shuttles just keep coming. They'll come in. If there's astronauts that want to be dropped off, they'll be dropped off. If they're leaving you, which can happen, they'll leave. All right, now we'll see we've got a nice little rocket. Let's build the shipyard. And it needs power because it's showing us that. So let's flip it around here. It doesn't matter where we put it. We need to get it in there. And now this guy will continue to get ore, and as he gets enough ore, then he'll come over and start building. And I'll fast forward so that you don't have to wait. All right, the shipyard's finished. It seems we need to build a second truck. So we're going to click here. We're going to click build new ship. I think this is a really cool part of this game that I'm not sure I've seen in a lot of these kind of colony sims where you can build different ships. And so basically, if you click here, you've got hull options. We have 3. We've got the truck, which is the main mover and shaker. We've got a mule, which is basically a transport. And we've got a sky lancer, which of course has to do with combat. And we'll probably build one of those right after we build this truck. So it wants us to build a truck second mod. So we'll click there. And you can see that we've got space parts here at the very top. And that's how many parts. That's the number we have to deal with. So we just did 227. So we've got a little bit more. And now we can put on extra parts, which we don't have any unlocked yet. So we won't do that yet. And then modules, we need to put on a module. And I'm going to pick a universal one, which will allow us a laser module, equips the ship with the ability to both mine and construct buildings. It's 266 total to build this. We'll confirm the design, and then it will launch the ship. And you can see it here. And you see down at the bottom, we've got 2 ships now. So if we click on this guy, we can tell him to do the same. Say, hey, listen, we want you to move and shake. And I'm not going to have him build. He's going to move people back and forth. And we're going to have him come down here and get aluminium. And so I'm going to click. He was going to go for the ore. If we click on that, he should come down and start picking that up. And that's working. All right. So now it's saying, hey, you need to construct a pumping station and a warehouse. We're going to need to go to the research panel again. Here's the warehouse. Done. Pumping station right next to it, 59. We have 177 left. I'm going to go water purifier, large engineering camp, and we've got enough to do the plant factory too. So I did all of them. Knocked it out. We're going to build all those things. We're going to go to the little storage icon, warehouse, and we're going to click right here. I'm going to have them build another power as well. And then we need a pumping station. And that's under this cool little large milk carton. I don't know exactly what that is. Extracts water from the underground resources. The great thing about the pumping station is we're already here because we built it on top of the water. I'm going to put it right there. They've already built the warehouse. The cool thing about the warehouse now is that all of the extra stuff coming off the ships will then automatically fill into the warehouse. All right, the pumping station's just been complete. Our mission begins here. You did a great job. A special mission has been entrusted to you. Make a decision. So if we click here, our mission begins. All right, let's do this. There's some story there. I'll let you, if you end up playing this game, I'll let you read. I'll let you read. All right, now we need to build a small ship parts factory. And here's where the game begins to take off a little bit. You have up in the top left corner, you'll see colony overview. And if you know anything about me, if you've watched me play games before, you know that in my mind, in a colony management game, in any kind of management game, this is the most important tab of the entire game. So at the top here, we have all resources in storage. That makes sense. You can cap resources so that if you don't want to like bring in a bunch of ore, you can say, hey, listen, stop when we have this many. Great feature. Energy saying, hey, look, here's an easy one. We're up 630 on total energy produced. So we've got a surplus. Great. And then here we've got engineer overview. There's 1 resting. We have total 8 engineers, 0 arriving, 2 working, 0 leaving. The motivation's at 85%. And in this section's all about motivation, right? And basically, it's like meeting the needs, right? Are they getting enough water? Are they getting enough food? Are they getting enough meds? Do they have equipment? As we go along, this is the part I've struggled with. There seems to be a little bit of a glitch here in terms of like what gets picked up and what gets put down. And I've played it a couple times through in the early game. It seems like it would be straightforward, but a lot of the times it feels like I'm producing enough of the one thing, but I'm not actually producing it. This could simply be a Drax problem, but I've had a couple of people who I know have played the game and they're like, there's some issues, Drax. So if you've played the game, love to hear from you. And maybe you're like, no, Drax, you're doing it wrong. Here's what's going on. But I think there's some problems with the numbers. And I always just feel like this, like if you're going to make a data-driven game, which is what these colony sims are, this should be the tightest part of it, in my opinion. All right, so we need to make a ship's factory. We go here, we've got 207 research. The small ship factory is 107, so we can buy it. And you can see I spent all my points. And then the next ones in line here are oil rigs, polymer factory, we're gonna make plastic. Special form factory, we're gonna make special parts. A petroleum generator, because we're gonna take oil and turn that into energy. And you can see where this is going. And it's a pretty good research tree. All right, we've unpaused. I'm at 3x speed. We're gonna need to send somebody to get the copper. And I'm guessing it's gonna be aluminium guy. But I'm gonna wait for him to dump his aluminium. And when he does, we'll send him over to get some of this. All right, he's en route. Let's build a small ship's part factory. And so this, just like with generating research points, this is going to generate small ships parts so we can build more small ships. Basically, we need to build a fighter. And so that's what we need to do. So I'm going to put this like right in here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to build a large engineering camp to bring in some more engineers. We're going to squeeze that in there. And you can see that guy constructor came right back to start constructing. And we should have everything in storage to build this, which is the cool part as we go along. Now we don't have to have them keep going back and forth. Another really cool game mechanic that I like. The small ship factory is now online. And at the top there it says, not enough energy. There is no energy source, the required amount of energy for the structure. So then if we come back up here to colony overview, we can see that the energy network from which the building is this networks consume energy. These two, it says we have, this is the, here's the problem. It says we have 630 plus, right? But there's a deficit on energy. Here I am thinking, okay, so let's build another one of these. And now it's online. This one's still showing an energy deficit as well. So let's build another one of these. And let's go back up here and look. Now it says we have 1,035 over. I'm guessing this is over, right? And now you can see they're generating points because this number for ship parts at the top left is going up. So that's working. It's producing 9 points per cycle. All right, I do want to show you some of the combat. So let's say build new ship, come here. I'm going to pick the difference between these. You can see that like it's a little bit more, it's got more hit points. It's just like a tad bit better with the second version. I think we can afford it. Under parts, we can do hull upgrades, light hulls, reinforcement. We need research points to do this, and we're a little light on that, and I know that we need to buy missiles, so I just wanted to show you this. More engines, better reactors, longer range. If we come back here, we can go under modules. We've got light single-shot launchers already unlocked. We're going to put those on for sure. And then I think under here, we can do, we can unlock these missiles too, so we can sort of have a double hit. And then we can spend the money to put them on. All right, so it's going to cost us 404 plus the research. We're going to say confirm design. And now it's built it. And you can see him down here. And it's kind of a cool ship. And if we click here, it will just attack when someone comes into range. While we're accumulating some more research and materials, there's a few other things. You can see at the top here, the threat level. It's safe in the region. Attacking nodes. You can also see this is a little calendar, and this is in a lot of sim games I've seen where it's sort of like, here's what's coming, so you can kind of plan ahead a little bit. In the top right, we have the ability to select colors and change the color of buildings and ships. And if we click on it, you can see it just went to become purple. We could do yellow, which is fun. It did like a little yellow accent. So it did the power plants yellow too. So that's fun. I like that. There's routes that you can set up between camps. We're not going to get into that today, so you can move product from one warehouse to the other. So I've moved forward a little bit, and I wanted to show you I'm now creating water, and I'm also creating clean water. I've built a little water purifier here, and so this should help to keep people motivated. I think the next thing we can build, if we go here to construction and look, we can build a plant food factory. And if we click here and put it in, someone will come and build it. And then this will start generating plant food as well. So far in this playthrough, it looks like the water that's being produced and the water that's being cleaned is working correctly. And so maybe it was just a problem in my last playthrough. Looks like there's an enemy scout coming. An Oblivion reconnaissance ship has been spotted. Make a decision. We need to destroy that ship as soon as possible. All right, we're going to get to see the combat. Here it comes. There's one ship. It's only one ship, Drax. I'm ready. I got missiles. And like I said, this isn't like I removed it the last time because I was like, I don't need this, but it's kind of cool. Look at that. Hey, we hit him. We hit him. So the first one's sort of a freebie. Like they come in and they threaten you. The next one, I think they come with 3 ships and they're all firing rockets. So it's quick. It's quick and it's deadly. And then if you lose a ship like that, it's lost. Like, just lost. It's devastating. All right, I actually think this is the perfect spot. I'm going to jump forward and show you my last playthrough where I'm a little bit further along. Here we are a little bit further along. You can see the colony is just a bit bigger, a lot more housing. We definitely have a lot more warehousing here. We're generating a lot more water and a lot more food. This is a petroleum generator, and I'm generating actual energy from burning oil. That sounds great, right? Over here is the oil processing. We're making plastic. It's got its own warehouse and some people living here. This is basically as far as I got, and I ran into some problems, and I think if we go here, it says I'm not generating enough of the water or the food, even though I have multiple water sources, and I am producing food. So it's a bit confusing, and it kind of goes up and it goes down, and it doesn't ever really stay consistent. Maybe it's just a bug in this save of the game, and we didn't have this problem in the last save, so that'd be great, actually. The game is Oasis Mission Colony Sim. Like I said at the start, the game has some bugs, although we didn't see them in our playthrough this time, but I really do think it's worth adding to your wish list if you enjoy a good colony sim game. I hope that in the coming weeks and months, the game will continue to get updates. And if it does, then you can pick this game up and you too can fly your little ships around. It's so much fun. All right, everybody, as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.